All right, guys, welcome. This is Pat with NorCal Strength Studio. We're back once again, and we have Markus Reinhardt. If any of you guys don't know who he is, and I'm sure you guys have, he's the guy from that Mike Mentzer video, and he's a Nautilus poster boy. Are you still doing Nautilus ads, Markus?
Oh no, because Nautilus sold the company again, so they're no longer there. So
Gotcha.
in essence, they're gone, so to speak.
Right, right. And
I had a great relationship with them. They were amazing, but after Arthur, he sold the company, and then it was Matt Spargia from. It was Dean Spargia from Fountain Valley.
right.
Down there, San Diego area. So these guys are amazing, but I don't know what happened. They're gone, so that was it. So it was a short engagement, so to speak.
Oh, you probably made pretty good money doing that Nautilus ad, huh?
No.
What?
No. Well, yeah. I guess so. But it's not like something what's pretty good money.
Right.
$500, $1,000. There's nothing good money in bodybuilding, period.
Right.
So, for that, it's not about the money so much, about the fact that I really believe in, I believe in the company, and I believe in what they, put out. So, for that, it was more like, I can't really tell you how did I meet him, because they saw my stuff on Facebook, and they go like, well, "We like your stuff. You like Knowledge and Author, so wow, can we shoot you for an ad for the for the new line?" I'm like, "Sure." So I traveled to to their plant, in Enterprise. It was way up in the mountains, Indiana, and I got there, and it was a 4-6 hour drive at night. And I think about a Stephen King novel, the whole it was really foggy and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I got there in the morning, and they greeted me at the plant, and they go, I was like, how many people live in this town? And they look at me like, you're looking at them. That's it. So there was one Walmart, one Subway, and then a Nautilus plant, Nautilus Way. And I'm like, this is amazing, insane, And we shot about 45, 50 machines in 2 days. And I met the creator or the original designer of Nautilus, and I saw all the different designs of it, and just to be there was amazing. They paid me good money for that, yeah. But
Right.
It doesn't matter with money, because for me the experience itself was insane.
Right. Well, let's let everyone know Markus is just recovering from a really bad cold that he lost. We were supposed to do this interview, I guess, 2 weeks ago, but we have to.
I sound like Justin Bieber. No, I can't believe this. Not going away, I'm like, what the fuck?
All right, so
anyway,
so as you know, he's a personal trainer and a competitive bodybuilder. Are you still competing at all?
I haven't competed for a while. I put it down for a while because I was kind of fed up with the whole thing. I didn't know where I belong.
Right.
Natural bodybuilding, not really natural. There's not really natural bodybuilding. So I'm like, where do I go with this? I don't want to be a big ass monster bodybuilder.
Right.
I'm way too old for that. And natural, not really, because there's no federation that really tests the guys to the point where you can say, really, they're natural. They're not.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to put that money out for that. So I just fuck it, whatever, So I guess I unleashed some fucking hell on those people, which was bad. I do apologize for that, to say some bad words about that, because in a way, it's not really, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to say that these guys are unnatural, because it's obvious. So why do you even waste my energy on that shit, But I haven't competed anything. I was just for the last year, I was going through a bunch of fucking ups and downs, stuff like that. So I haven't trained for at least 6 months now.
Right. Wow.
So I've been drinking beers and wine and eating fucking cheeseburgers every day.
The good life, right?
That's about it. But I know if I want to come back, for me it's a very simple thing. I do what I do. And it's very quick. Right. Because my genetics allow me to do that. Not everybody can, but I can. Right. As I get older, it's harder, but I still possibly do it. That's what I want to do. My next thing is I want to do something like a restoration type of deal, where I can show people that even at my age it's possible to do this if you really put your mind to it, and the right structure of dieting and training. Mostly dieting, of course. afterwards.
Yeah, I see a lot of your Facebook. You're talking about resurrection and it's time to get back. And a lot of people are waiting for that Marcus come back. Let's do it, man. Do it.
I don't know how many people are waiting for it. I mean,
Huh?
are they waiting for me? I don't know. It's hard to say if they're waiting for me or not, but
Got a lot of fans there, man. All right, so real quick, what?
no, you're saying that right now. So yeah, really, let's get to it. Like, I want to do that because, in essence, it's like really I want to do this because I want to make sure that I keep that flag going high. You know what I mean? I'm like,
right.
people they write me off, whatever it is, but I want to shock them because I did it before.
Right.
I did like a comeback thing before that, and it was in 2014, I believe. And I was like totally fat. I was horrible, and I'm like, what the fuck? All of a sudden, next like 8 weeks later, 18 weeks, and they were like, what the? How did you do that? It's impossible. I'm like, no, it's not. I mean, due to the genetics I have and the knowledge of how to diet properly, and it's not so much about me knowing the knowledge of it. It's about Cindi with Go Fit Meals.
Oh yeah, Cindi Lai.
She's the one that really, she's the one that puts me in there. It's like, okay, well, you can train all you want, but no protein bars while you're dieting. Not a sip of wine, not a sip, nothing. You see what I'm saying? Put this away. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. Next thing I know, I'm in shape. And I'm like, wow. And before that was like always an attempt to do it, whatever it is. Because you have to understand, looking back at 2000, when I was in my best condition, there was nothing like that. There was no protein bars, a sip of wine, or that bullshit. It was all about, I was a hardcore bodybuilder. It was hardcore. It was Mentzer. He passed away. Then, I was doing my last show in 2001, and it was it. So then I moved to Vegas, Las Vegas, Nevada, and then I'm like partying for like 4 or 5 years. Coming back to bodybuilding was like, well, let's eat some fucking vegetables and some chicken, whatever it is, and some protein bars. Doesn't cut it. No drugs. I got into the show, no drugs, nothing. And I thought that I could do this without any steroids at the age of 38, 37. And I was very wrong about that. When you're 20s, you might be able to get away with it. But in your late 30s, you can't. Sorry. You can't. If you're natural at the age of 40, you're going to look like shit, period. There's nobody like that. You know what I mean? That's it.
All right. So, if you do that resurrection thing, it'd be nice if you log your workouts and your diet so people can actually see it. You already have a...
That's what I want to ask you. Is like, I still have a trouble with like saying, where do I put this? Facebook? My website? Create a different blog for it, or what? YouTube. So I'm trying to figure out where.
Maybe Facebook. You have some following in YouTube. I think you really should do it.
YouTube as well, yeah.
And this way, once you put it out there, it's like, damn it, I said it, now I have to do it. So you've got to do it.
The problem with YouTube is this: you put YouTube up, and you got like every fucking fucktard saying "fuck you," or, you know what I mean? So if you keep it open, which is what you want, because people are not going to follow it, they can't respond to it.
Right.
So on Facebook, you have a selective thing.
Right.
Your fans.
Right.
My besides Etsy page on Facebook, Mr. Hit page on Facebook that I have, that's the place to go, I think.
Yeah. I think you should do it.
The thing is this: live or taped? That's the question.
Taped. It has to be taped.
Taped?
Yeah, it has to be.
Cut down my voice in some ways and saying like, you should have said that. I hate what you're saying, though.
Okay, let's start with a question real quick, man. And then we'll get back to the getting you back into shape. So when did you meet Mike Mentzer, and how did this all happen? How did it all begin?
Well, I was in Venice Beach, California, working at Gold's Gym, working out. And Mike was always there, but I never approached him until I realized that my potential, my growth was not there. I tried to compete again and again. I met Mike Mentzer in 1996. Mm-hmm. I walked up to him. I said, "Hi, I know who you are. Is there any way you can help me with training?" Because I saw him training, Dorian Yates and Eric Baker and all these guys. So I'm like, he was like, "Well, you look very good. You have a good potential. pay me $300 a month and I'll train you. And that's all I had. Trust me, I had nothing. So I'm like, okay. That's when I trained with him, 96, end of 96, 97. And within 3 or 4 months, I grew immense. Like, it was amazing. Mm-hmm. And then I competed again in the Musclemania competition, and I was like 20 pounds heavier. And I'm like, what the And it was natural because Mike was like to me, what are you taking? What are you taking? And I'm like, nothing, Mike. Well, then get on some shit because you're amazing. I'm like, okay, I didn't want to take it because I was believing Musclemania was a natural show, which is not, but I did. So then I competed again. 97, 98 Musclemania, I think. And then at that point we continued training, but then it was more like, Mike got sick and all that stuff, and then I was living with him for a while, and then he was training with me together. We were training together, and it was like, Mike would go to the gym with me, and we'd train together, and he couldn't do anything because his neck was all fucked up, and his triceps was torn, mm-hmm. So he couldn't do shit, and I tried to get him back up on his feet, but he didn't want to do it at that point. He was like, fuck it. And all we did at that point was like, me and Mike were like, I was living in his house, and I was working for him, doing the mail order, giving, sending books out, all that stuff. Having to report to Joanne Sharkey, which I think she hated me at the beginning already. I was like, Mike, what do you want to do? Well, go to Joanne and get the books and all that, have it bring it out for the postal service. I'm like, okay. And then Joanne was like, Marcus, you missed one book here. She always fucking went up my ass. I'm like, fuck you, man, whatever. Anyway, so I was working there.
So, Marcus, real quick, that injury he has on his neck and his tricep, was that due from...
No.
No? Okay.
Mike in his condominium down in Playa del Rey, big, huge condominium. He was upstairs, and he walked down. I guess, I don't know if he was drunk or not, but he missed the last step, and he fell.
Oh, man.
So he fell, he tore his triceps to catch himself, and he broke his fucking neck, pretty much. So he went to the VA hospital, the veterans, in Culver City. Oh, no, sorry, it's in LA. It's the veterans, hospital. Because he was in the Air Force, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. And I was there with him because nobody ever visited him at all. I was the only one to visit him. And I was like, you get a smoke from me, whatever. I'm like, no, fuck you. After about 2 or 3 weeks, he came out of there. And then he was like, then he downsized from that. He went to an apartment. And at the apartment, he had like a 2-bedroom apartment. And he had us over, a few good men. They would like politics and watching CNN and all that kind of stuff because he was into that. And watching his Mr. Olympia 80 debut, he was always play that on his VHS recorder. Like, please, I want to see it again. Like, look, he would like be in front of the TV. He goes like, look at me. Look at Arnold. He's a piece of shit. Fuck. He was hilarious, bro. One day, he said, Marcus, come over. I'm going to make some pasta for you all. I'm like, okay. So it was like 4 of us. And he made pasta and all that, It was the worst pasta I ever ate in my life. It was disgusting as fuck. It was like this pasta that runs down like a soup. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Mike. And then he goes, everybody, it's $5 each. He would charge us for it.
Bullshit.
Dying.
Bullshit. Was he really?
No, he charged us $5 a plate because that's how he was. It was funny as fuck, but he was serious about it. It's like, it's $5 because I had to buy the pasta and the sauce. And like, you fuck kidding me? So anyway, there was that. And then one day, because I saw Mike suffering, he he was in love with Kathy, the girl of his dreams and his life, whatever, that ran away with his other bodybuilder, Byerley, whatever his name was. And he always talked about her. And I'm like, get over it, man. Like, can you get a girl? He's like, yeah, I like women. I'm like, okay. So I brought him a girl. A hooker. It was a hooker. So Well, he didn't know that first. And I brought her to him. And she was just a dumb hooker or whatever.
Right.
And I left him with her. And I left.
Right.
And he calls me. He's like, Marcus, she can't talk. She's fucking dumb. Please take her right away. I'm like, I just want to get laid. Talk. What the fuck are we talking about? Because she can't talk about philosophy and Ayn Rand and all that stuff.
Right.
He would, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what floats his boat. So.
Well, that was it. I mean, if you look at, when you walk through Mike Mentzer's house, there was stacks up the roof, like full of books, philosophy, Aristotle, everything you can imagine, Ayn Rand, all the way up there. Nothing about training, nothing.
Really?
Trust me. It was all about philosophy and some poetry stuff, but it was mostly philosophy. It's like Immanuel Kant, whatever it is. Stuff like, like here. This is the kind of stuff he wrote. He read, sorry.
Oh, he read stuff like
that.
that.
Read this before.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff, So he was all about, and when I was like with him, it was like, because I was like a young kid, had a marriage. I was married to a cop, a sheriff deputy. And this girl demanded for me to be religious, be into God and all that. And I'm like, okay, I'll try it out, whatever. But then eventually I kind of like, I didn't, it was a hard time believing it. And I was Mike one night, and I said to Mike, Mike, do you believe in God? And he goes, Marcus, I don't believe in the belief of God. And I'm like, whoa, fuck. So he gave me a book by Ayn Rand, right here. So I have it. The most amazing book ever. The Virtue of Selfishness, by Ayn Rand. And I read that, including the philosophy who needs it. And my wife goes to me, Marcus, do you believe in God? I'm like, because she saw the books that I was reading. Mm-hmm. She was like doubting it. And I'm like, I don't know, Terry. I'm like, I don't know. And then she's like, you know what? Get the fuck out of my house. She kicked me out. And that's when I was back with Mentzer, living there on the couch. He's like, fuck her, whatever. We're doing this.
All right, so let's talk about that video you guys did. How long ago was? How long have you known Mike prior to the? Well, you said you met him in '96.
'96, yeah.
So
I met him in '96.
It's weird because I think I've watched that video for the 10th time, and I know that whole thing was shot during one whole day, right?
One day, yes.
1 day.
He called me up the night before. He says, Marcus, we're going to make the greatest video in lifetime.
Right.
Be there tomorrow morning. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know. I was like trying to get ready for a show. He's like, okay, whatever. So that was it.
Okay, so, but the point is, you said you worked with him in and out between those years, is the fact that, remember when you were doing that deadlift with a 315? And he was asking you, can you, he was asking you, can you do any more? I said, no, man, that's it. I'm wasted.
I couldn't.
But I'm thinking, like, wait a minute. Shouldn't Mike be recording that? Shouldn't have been Mike recording that? So it would have been a perfect.
You're killing me, bro.
Right? Am I right or wrong?
No, it was like this. So I was gassed out, bro.
Right. That was one whole day.
Workouts,
right.
And you go that 315. Slow, controlled, in perfect form.
Right.
You'd be gassed out.
Yeah.
I was like, plus, I made a mistake in not having any carbs as a diet, which is dumb as fuck. Okay. But that's what I was doing. Even then, it doesn't matter. Who does that?
Yeah, that's.
You saw the most of the shit you saw in this video was real.
Right.
All out, whatever.
Yeah. I like that.
But I just gassed out.
I like that part where you were doing the leg press, right? And then when you were done, you just cussed them off. Get you.
It was real. That was not bullshit.
Oh yeah. You know that was real. I mean, one
of the best leg presses ever made by Nautilus.
There's those machines are like freaking tanks, but I would love to get my hands on one of those.
You can't. These machines are fucking sick. Like that one and the one they had before. Like there's a little box, like a leg press, like one box. I don't know what it's called, but it was sick. He trained David Peter Paul, the Barbarians.
Right.
Ron Kickinger, Aaron Baker, Yates, and me on those machines. I'm like, you can't escape that resistance curve. It's like so brutally hard. Those people all like doing their squats out there with their 400 pounds. Fuck you. Who gives a fuck?
Hey, so
train like that one day. You saw me training Hide Amakishi.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah.
I buried him, bro. I fucking destroyed him. And at first thought, I was like, I don't know how, I felt scared because I think maybe he's too strong for me. Maybe he's going to be like, that's it. No.
Wait.
That motherfucker was
I had that as one of my questions. We'll get back to that. Now, you said when you saw Dorian Yates and Aaron Baker training with Mike Mentzer, was the cadence and protocol the same as how you would do it and his book similar to it?
Well, if you look at Dorian's stuff, and no disrespect.
Right,
but,
of course.
Some of the stuff you see, it's not really according to Mentzer. And even, Mentzer said back then, it's like Dorian is trained too much, whatever it is. But even after Mentzer, Dorian's style of training is not really 100% heavy duty or whatever you want to call it. It's not. It's far from being slow cadence and controlled.
Right.
It's rather explosive.
Right.
The moment you introduce explosiveness in your workouts, you're taking away the workload. You're taking away the intensity of it. That's period. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can train with. I can do 4 plates on a hammer strength machine and throw it, and I go like this, whatever. If I put 2 plates on, I go like this, hold it, and go back slow. After 8 reps, I die out, and I go like puking.
Right.
That's it. It's not about the weight. It's about how you're doing it. It's about how intensively you control and contract the muscle fibers. And like Mentzer said before, it is not about weightlifting. It's about contracting fibers as intense as you can.
Right.
So it's a mixture between saying like, let's say, posing, flexing, and contracting muscles. It's like that. You know what I mean? So harder contraction of the muscle fibers begins then when you do slower controlled movements. That's what build muscle. We're not power lifters. We don't care about how much we lift. But we care about how progressively you're doing more.
Right. Okay, so going back to Hideta, that was my next question. When you trained him, what year was that, and was he preparing for a show?
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he did that.
Well, he was at the old club I was at, and he wasn't preparing for a show, I think. He was just getting bigger.
Right.
Let me take us back. Hide Yamakishi is together with Iris Kyle, his girlfriend. 10 times Olympia. Beautiful girl, amazing. I love her to death. But when I trained him for 4 or 5 times, it's like I didn't charge him anything on it. It was like, hey, let's, that's through on video or whatever it is. She had a problem with that because she didn't like the fact that it was so against everything else she does.
Right.
So that's why I stopped. Not because of him.
Christian.
It's like, and be honest with you, it's like, when you call me up and you get, hey, look, I can't train you anymore because my girlfriend says no. Like, what? Well, your girlfriend is someone big time up there, because her thing is so against whatever I do.
Right.
So unless she confirms to what I do, it would make sense. That it doesn't. It will go against her. You see that?
Right.
It's like with religion. If I preach something that doesn't, if I preach against religion, and your girlfriend does, then you're gonna cut me out. That's it. That's as honest as it gets because, I love them to death. They're great people, and I have no problem with that at all. But when he trained me, it was probably the most brutal thing he ever did. And when you sign up with someone like Charles Glass, and I see what he's done, that's not training. That's just going through repetitions and movements forever. Different angles for what? Are you retarded? Come on now. It's pretty much, it's very standard. It's like, there's only a few angles that you have to engage in order to build muscle. You don't have to do 45 of them. You know? It's like saying, build the inner muscle of your inner quad, your outer quad, or whatever, inner calf. Fuck you. You retarded? Whoever said that is a fucking moron. Fuck you. Exactly. It is.
Now, I just went on YouTube because I was looking for that Hideta Yamagashi leg workout because he has a YouTube channel where it says he put up the most intense leg workout. But I go, oh, cool! It's by Marcus, but it wasn't you.
No, but he doesn't.
Did you see it?
Look, he doesn't understand. I'm not going to say anything. Intensity is not something
Right.
he understands.
Right. But see, what he was doing was he was training with Milos Sarkev.
Oh my god, what a nightmare!
So basically, Milos would start him off with a leg press, and it's not going to failure. You're just going repetition, going from one exercise. And it's like, that's not intense. It's just working longer for like more reps. It's not
intensity. It's not the fight was intense at all. It's just longer. So I mean, you can say that like, oh, it's so intense. I worked out 8 hours a day. We can say, fuck. 25 minutes later, I'm fucking the ground. What's more intense? What's intensity? Oh, I mean, what the fuck?
All right, let's go to like questions from the Facebook guys. Joshua Trentin would like to
Who's
know.
that?
I think you just said
Who's that?
I think you just said he's a sexy mofo on YouTube.
He's a sexy motherfucker. I love this motherfucker. I love him. Dude, Joshua is amazing because the thing about Joshua is like, all this time I see him, like he's always getting better. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and he's got this. He's got a whole company going on. He's got everything. I mean, I really want to be like Joshua. He's
That's
amazing.
busy. I mean,
I don't know why he was.
He builds his own machines.
He said to me about the Road Warrior.
Yeah, I asked him about that, and he didn't respond. I go, "What do you mean by Road Warrior?"
Okay, well, the Mad Max, the Road Warrior.
Mad Max, Road Warrior. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, you see my car before, right? The old school,
Yeah.
old black ass car.
The Mercury Cougar.
That's why he said like you're a Road Warrior, whatever it is. And I'm like, you know, like because of that, and all the kind of shit I have, but the little toys I have. He goes like, you're a fucking Road Warrior, man. But, and I told him like my transmission stalled because I don't know anything about a Road Warrior. No, Joshua is like a little bit. He likes to pick on me a little bit too, but I like that. I have a lot of respect for Joshua. He's a great guy, man. You know what I mean? So
he seems like a very deep individual. He's
amazing. Yeah, he likes the whole Steve Reeves thing. You know what I mean? He's a great, bodybuilder, and then he really has a great physique, and he puts it, and he doesn't fucking just talk shit. He fucking puts it down. You know, that's why I like him a lot. So, I mean, so the question is, what's the question?
Okay, so the question is, what was it? What would it was like to know when Mentzer was handling your training? What was it like when he was handling your training?
That's a very good question. I think that nobody else ever got to me like this, so to speak, like saying, you know what, get down there and do this shit, and like, fuck you, whatever it is. And I'm like, I gotta do this because I'm like feeling scared that he's gonna disapprove of me, you know? So for me, Mentzer was the biggest motivator ever. Just the way he talked to me when I trained. It was like going from saying, you know, when the going gets tough, the cuff get going, whatever. Oh, Dad, I was saying like, you know, I never get this part, but he said this thing about me. Just imagining a bunch of your ex-girlfriends standing there with a titting out, something like this. I'm like, what the fuck are you saying, Mike? But he was saying things like, like besides the video, you know, off the record, what he said to me when I trained him, it was very hard. And like, you know, he was just like, he was like, you want to just be like a human being, you want to be a Superman, whatever. The things he said to me was just so out of range that I'm like, fuck yeah, fucking, and doing that 14 reps. And I'm on the leg press with 600 pounds, doing 36 reps. And like, he's like, fucking A. And I threw up. I came out of there. I went to Gold Gym, bathroom, threw up like a motherfucker, came back white as a ghost. And then Mike goes, you all right? I'm like, yeah, I threw up. Okay, good. That's what I said. So he didn't give a fuck about anything else. He was very. He made you feel like you're really going to be the next Mr. Olympia.
Right, right.
Even if you're not, he did. You know what I mean? That's the thing about Mike. You know what I mean?
All right. So a guy named Pete Branham, after failure, can you still lighten the weight to pump out a few more reps? I'll leave that to you.
Why would you light the weight up though?
So I don't know. That's his question.
Well, you might as well go ahead and treadmill and walk around for 6 hours. So, in other words, if you're going to have the intensity of the weight,
Right.
you lighten up and go through more.
Right.
It doesn't increase the intensity. It's going to lighten up. Why not? Well,
Right.
don't do that. If you fail out, that's it. You set the stimulus. That's it. Done.
So it's
You
just
don't need to go ahead and do lighter and do more. No.
Right.
Now, if I would say something like this, if I go
All right.
do like 6 to 8 reps and I die out, I would keep the weight up and wait for like 10 seconds and do another maybe 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
Another 10 seconds. I would never light up the weight.
Right,
No.
right.
If I'm at 6 to 8 reps, I wouldn't do that. So lighting up the weight is not a good idea. Waiting for 10 seconds is probably a better idea.
Yeah,
Like a rest pause type of deal.
because once you hit that switch one time and going light, it's like, what's the sense?
Correct. You,
Right?
Yeah, you
What's the
know,
sense?
you just lengthening out the time, might as well doing aerobics and fucking jogging pants.
Yeah. All right. A guy named Brian Collins from the UK. How did you train when you were trained by Mike Mentzer? Did your training evolve under Mike? If so, how? Does he still?
Evolve?
Yeah. Has it? Okay. So my question is: it seems like
Yeah.
you stuck with the Mike Mentzer protocol. You didn't really deviate too much. You actually held on to that heavy duty philosophy.
Oh, well, before that,
Right.
my main philosophy was based on Fred Hatfield, the squat.
Powerlifting.
It was like, doing like something like, 2 or 3 sets of 4 or 6 reps and doing 8 or 12 reps and doing 20, whatever it is. It was more like they call it a holistic training method, but because the thing is, like, you don't really train your muscle like by doing different repetitions. It's not that way. It doesn't work like this. But so in other words, why do 2 sets if 1 is enough? So Mike was more closer to that and saying make more sense in that, But the point is being made. My training was good. It was not very long, but it was still too long to make more progress. Because when I came from doing 6 sets or 8 sets for muscle group, I was natural, and I stopped progressing. When I trained Mentzer, I made 35 fucking pounds of muscle without any fucking substance, no drugs, nothing. I wish I would have taken some. And I didn't. But that's what he said to me. Is like, why'd you take some, motherfucker? I'm like, I don't mean natural. Fuck natural. Who's natural? Anyway.
So would you elaborate more on Fred Hatfield's philosophy of like going more, training more, as opposed to that one set? I mean, I understand, but some of the viewers might want to know.
For example, like Hatfield's theory was, it sounded very good, and it's still, I mean, I believe it's very good compared to the majority of bullshit that's out there. So I would do 2 sets of 4 to 6 reps, trying to, incorporate your fast twitch fibers, explosive, which is bad, but back then it was okay, And I was doing 2 sets of 8 to 12 reps, 2 sets of 20 to 35 reps. So it was 6 sets per muscle.
Right.
Incline press, 4 to 6, 2 sets. Pec deck, 8 to 12. And then cable crossbar was 20 to 25. So that was like, and it really worked for a while until, But what I have a critical thing about this is like anything that's explosive, fast, is bad. Period. That has nothing to do with bodybuilding. No point in there. As you're a power lifter, you want to lift more weight. That's the way you go. But other than that, no. If anything is supposed to be. And high reps, 20-25, no, not really either. Hatfield's philosophy was this: more reps, more blood, more nutrition. No, it doesn't work like that. Simple as this: 6 to 12 reps, perfect, upper body. 10 to 15 or 20, lower body, That's it. Because of the type of fibers you have. Now again, everybody's a little bit different, but for the majority, that's how it works. Headfill was more about working out twice a week. So chest Monday and chest Thursday. So 7 days a week. As far as your frequency, way too many. I mean, for a while, like I said, it works. But try training like this when you're in your 40s.
Yeah. Trust me.
Even if you're like a slow recovery, it doesn't work. So the frequency was way too high, but it was still better than everything else. Like Arnold, 30 cents for cows every day. No. Are you retarded? But who would tell us Arnold that he's a retarded? No, nobody does. But
unless Markus Reinhardt would. Markus Reinhardt would.
What?
You would tell him, huh?
No, I mean, I met Arnold on occasions a couple of times.
Right.
I had a bad experience. Very bad.
Really?
And I'll tell you what, it was like this. So here I am coming from Germany, and there's Arnold Schwarzenegger. So here it is. I got invited by Art Zeller, major photographer in the 70s, 80s. Art Zeller. He says, Marcus, I like your physique. Come to Shakti restaurant on Main Street in Santa Monica, and we have breakfast and we talk, whatever it is, get a photo shoot. And later on he goes, well, Arnold's coming in. I'm like, who's that? Arnold what? Like Schwarzenegger. I'm like, are you kidding me? So Arnold walks in his shorts. And I'm like, oh shit, he's there. I'm like, wow, He sits down. He doesn't recognize me at all. None. He talks to Art. I'm sitting there. He orders a fucking bunch of strawberry with whipped cream. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, it's his restaurant. I'm like, fuck. I'm starstruck, of course. So then Art says, here's Marcus. He's from Germany. And Arnold goes like this. Oh, he wants to be an actor too, like everybody else? Like, you fucking asshole. And I want to be an actor at the time. I was like trying to be action movies, whatever it is,
Right.
And 90s. And then it was that one time. Second time. Arnold Classic, Ohio. I'm there, working for the company, handing out shirts, Arnold comes by with his entourage, and I want to give him a shirt. He goes like, do I look like I fucking need a shirt?
Wow.
Yeah, second time. Third time, I work for Powerhouse Gym in Venice, California, Powerhouse Gym. He comes in with an entourage again, trying to show him some property because he owned the entire block. He owned everything, real estate. And I'm like, he goes to me, Marcus, can you show everybody else? And he just makes me look like shit. Like, fuck you. Fourth time, at World Gym, Joe Gold's World Gym. I deadlift 400 pounds for 10 reps, easy. I die out, I come back. I was there curling. He goes, Marcus, that's some girly weight there, isn't it? Like, fuck you, motherfucker. Piece of shit, fuck you. So when Mike talked about Arnold, he hated him like shit. And Mike always said to me, Arnold once said that he would do anything to be on top, which tells everything about his character. Anything. What does that mean?
He'll step on
Suck someone's dick. That's it. There's nothing, anything, there's a lot.
Right.
He, apparently, rumors say that he was trying to buy, pay for Mike's burial. I don't know if that's true or not, but anyway, I talked to Arnold a couple times, and he was like very cocky, and just, I'm cocky at times, but he's way cockier than I am. You know what I mean? So like, fuck you, whatever. He has all reason to be cocky. By the way, the latest movie he had out, I don't know if you saw that. There's a movie out right now by Arnold Schwarzenegger called Killing Gunter. Pat, you have to see this.
Okay.
I was dying. This is how bad this was.
Wow.
It was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And he does, at the end of it, he sings. it's so bad. It's like worse than me talking. It's so bad. I'm like, please stop. This is so bad. I'm like, how the fuck did he go with that? Anyway, enough about Arnold.
All right, so real quick, another question from Brian Collins. Do you disagree with any of Mike Mentzer's theories? And like, of course.
Yes.
Okay. For example.
Mike is. You want to call it a routine, but I mean, training every 21 days or whatever. No.
So you disagree with that 21 day? I did see that in one of his. I think Heavy Duty too.
I think he just really lost that point. He was like, no.
Oh. So you agree with that?
I disagree with it.
Oh, you disagree with it? Okay,
totally. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary to train every 21 days.
Right. Now, for example, your clients, right? How many days apart do you have them trained? Do you train them?
Usually, I would always say that if they're more, if they're new,
right?
Depending who it is, a little bit, but say if they're new, 3 days a week, I would be okay with that. Doing the full body routine.
Full body?
Full body, yeah, just to get them started, whatever it is. And then later on, I would pull them back from that. Twice a week, upper body, lower body. And then if they're really advanced, chest, shoulders, triceps, back, biceps, legs, whatever it is, 3 times a week, but still get up like this. So, in other words, what I'm saying is that they can be more frequent in the beginning. Then later on, they can't because they're getting more advanced. Based on the individual, everybody's a little different, but the more fresh they are, I can train more frequent because they can't train hard enough to really cause the kind of damage.
Right. That makes sense. So. Now, with your own training, how many days when you were training, you said you haven't trained for 6 months, but when you were like actually training, how many days apart were you training? Were you like
every other day, pretty much?
Wow. So what? 4 days? 4 days a week?
No. I was doing chest, shoulders, triceps Monday, and I was doing I don't call it Monday because who gives a fuck about Monday, but any day. So it was like chest, shoulders, triceps, back, biceps, and legs. So I was doing day off between. That's about it. Once a week, every 7 days, I would probably train every muscle group. So that was the best progress I ever made. Anything more than that, I can't handle. Now, especially now, in my 20s, I was able to do 4 or 5 times a week. But even then, it wasn't necessary, I think.
All right, Walter Kolb from Germany. What does he think about full body routines and Arthur Jones training advice? That was the question.
Well, just like Ben's always said that full body routine is okay for the beginning bodybuilder and then intermediate. If you no longer make progress with your workouts, you have to switch it off because even a full body routine, even if it's one set, will cause overtraining. Mm-hmm. I believe it does. And I mean, overtraining being said that, not making any progress, getting stronger, whatever it is. I believe that when I made my best progress, I was getting stronger every workout. And I was trying that with the full body thing. I was trying it out. And not much happened. Because I was, I guess, too advanced, I don't know, but I was gassed out by the end of it. But once a week, every muscle group is fine. You should be able to do that. Do you have to do only one set? Yeah, maybe do 2. It hurts you.
Right.
But what I want to say is train very, controlled, doing very slow movements. Don't over get excited about, doing only 4 seconds, 5, whatever. Don't worry about that. Just control. That's it.
Right.
Without momentum involved. And do that. And then train, let's say, start off with a more frequent routine. See how your progress goes. That's fine. If it doesn't go, step back from it. Because the only way is back, not forward. It's not like doing 5 workouts a week. Okay, I'm not getting any progress. Do more. No, do less.
Right.
The step is that. Go back and not forward, like doing more sets of whatever it is. So it's always a little less that's going to make a difference. But you have to ask yourself always, how hard do you train? if I put your gun to your head and say, "Can you do a rep?" and you say, "No," then that's how hard you train. That's it.
Right.
You got to train with a gun to your head. That's it.
Okay, I got off the phone with David Landau. I'm sure you met him.
Oh, I love David, man.
Yeah, he likes you. He said you're a great guy. He said you love the strip joints.
No, I don't. No, look. Went to Miami. Me and David I was in Miami doing a conference, training all these fucking guys from Norway, whatever, a bunch of chicks too, hot. And David came down. It was amazing, man. He had this great speech. I love him because he's such an intelligent person. He's so well spoken, way better than I am, and of course very experienced because he knows Arnold Jones. I love the guy. What do you say?
He said that. Oh yeah, ask him about the slow cadence, the super slow protocol, and and then let you go at it.
Joshua, I apologize.
Hey, to each his own.
I tried
right?
super slow. But again, like Joshua told me before, it's all protocol about what kind of machine do you have.
Right.
So you can't do super slow on a machine does not gather, with Joshua's equipment, it's completely different.
Yeah.
And I was doing super slow, I was going to die. But it was more like cardiovascularly dying. Like, what the fuck is going on here, versus muscularly fatigue. But again, I didn't have the equipment that Joshua had.
Other than Joshua Trentin, majority of the super slow guys, and even Doug McGuff, they have a pretty decent physique. But majority of the other super slow guys I know, they just look like normal guys.
There's nobody that has a decent physique except Joshua.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anybody else.
Yeah. So
decent, but bodybuilding physique, like a muscle.
Right. So
this one, this dude.
That guy. Yeah. What's that guy's name? I forgot his name. Haven't seen that guy since 2000, 2001, I think, huh?
Flop, No, listen to me. Shut up. The thing is this. I think it's, like Mentzer said before, I think it's necessary to do the super slow. It's not bad, but I don't think it's necessary. Is it just a gimmick? I don't believe it is. I believe with the right equipment, like Joshua has, it's very effective.
Right.
Wrong equipment doesn't work.
What do you think of that? There's a lot of. Go ahead.
I never had a chance to do it with Joshua because he's in Ohio. And Joshua, if you listen to this, I want to come out there, motherfucker. So get me a plane ticket.
I think he's competing in a Arnold Classic in South.
He looks insane, bro.
South Africa.
Insane. I'm like.
Oh, he looks awesome.
Fuck. I mean, he's like, like I said, I always looked up to him. And I think that it's a very good protocol. I think it's great. Again, done with the right equipment and everything else. Because it's all about friction and contraction. And that's it. There's no need to do anything explosive what it is. Even the 2 up, 4 down, doesn't need to do anything slower, higher, No, it's about contraction fibers.
But again, it could be different. Some people respond, like Joshua probably responds well with super slow. He's just maybe a genetic freak where his body just can adapt to something like that, as opposed to other people.
I mean, well, actually, there's one thing. So if I go even hit of doing something like a little fast, whatever it is, there's always going to be a little bit of a chance of getting your joints, whatever it is, all fucked up, and you feel it, especially when you get older. So as you get older, I think super slow is even better than hit.
Right.
But in my 20s, I can lift weights, heavy, whatever it is. So the question is, I don't know how to answer that. It's like, is it better to do 2 seconds up when you're in 20s, a 400-pound bench press, but you can't do 10 seconds of 400-pound bench. You can't do that. Unless you're a super freak.
Right.
But if you can, of course, it's great, but you can't. So it's hard to say what's better. I know that anything is better that keeps you alive longer. That's it.
Right.
And looking better long. Unless you're really into, like, you want to be a competitive bodybuilder, and you do something a little bit more, well, you get away with a lot more shit, steroids, whatever it is, 4 weeks so long. But if it's about being, the healthiest way, the best way to train a client that wants to be the best shape ever, there are things on you between super slow, is a hit, whatever, it's much more efficient than anything else because, you're saving that person's joints, ligaments, whatever it is, and in time. And, like, for example, we do, analysis of how they train, how many reps they do, nobody does that. Who does that? How many trainers do you know that keep record of their clients? They just go stand there on their fucking phone testing their fucking bullshit girlfriends or boyfriends. And they go like, oh, go ahead and do another. Nobody has any idea or clue of what they're doing. They're just fucking going, one more. No. You did 11 reps last week. Do 12, motherfucker. That's it. I have it in my fucking book. Which book do you see them carrying? None. Fuck you. With your certificate and your bullshit. Fuck you.
Hey, don't talk about certification, man, because I got my certification from a certain individual named Markus Reinhardt. How's that coming along?
What are you talking about? Here you go.
I got that shirt, man.
Oh, check this out. See this one?
Oh yeah, Vegas strong.
That's it, good. Dedicated to the people that lost their lives in the Mandalay Bay.
Yeah.
I was up there and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? All this shit happens here. All the security bullshit and these people dying on the street. That's what, like, I live in a city that is so confirmed, like, it's so tight in a way, you know what I mean? You can't go to a club with fucking cocaine in your fucking pocket, but you can't have a gun or AK-47 shooting at people. Really? Fuck you. I don't know. It was like, really got me to me. I was fucking disturbed for a very long time with that one.
Yeah.
And I still am. So, anyway, to get back to the question is this. Certifications are like, I tried to do something before with the Hit Mafia thing that it's more like not certified, but more qualified, so to speak.
Right.
It's not anything that the majority of gyms will not recognize or anything like this.
Right.
But, so it was something I wanted to do. I'm probably going to go back at it and do it again. Do something more. I don't know. It's hard to go against that. I mean,
now, are you Dorian Yates certified too? Because I know he has something going around.
That's right. I hate you bad. I hate you. You're a fucking push.
You're not. Are you? Yes or no? I forgot. Are you? You're not, right?
Hold on a second. Okay, this is what happened. So, well, a while ago, I was talking to Dorian on Facebook, and I knew Dorian for the past because he was at some of the parties, whatever it is. We were hanging out doing fucking ecstasy together and all that kind of shit. But besides the fact that I was with Mentzer and he was too, we never really talked about that so much. But you know where I am, and I know he was. But oh shit! Hold on. I said to him, he emailed me saying that you want to be part of the Dorian Yates certification program. I'm like, yeah, sounds good. But it wasn't really him. It was someone else. And then to try to give me, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, me and Dorian, we were talking on Facebook for a while, but I got an email about saying, like, you want to be part of the company, and I'm like, okay, fine, great. But they were asking me for, like, $2,000 or whatever to be certified by him. I'm thinking first, like, wow, sounds cool. But I'm like, oh, shit. Then I'm asking myself, why wouldn't I be certified for something I know or
Yeah, right.
So that was that. And then had a fallout with the manager or his business partner. That was the end of that.
Wait, Dorian Yates has to certify him?
But me and Dorian are cool, you know.
Yeah.
I
Maybe.
see Dorian, we're cool, but his company, his business partners or whatever it is, they're fucking idiots.
All right, so a lady named Cindy Thomas Vallone wants to know, who is Markus Reinhardt? Who are you? Let the audience know who you are. The guy who just go for it, man.
Well, let me see what I can say about this one. I'm the hand of God. I'm the vengeful one. I'm your dark messiah. That's it.
That's it.
The deal is this: like, I am a strange individual that has had the luck and opportunity to meet some of the greatest minds in the world, such as Mike Mentzer and Joe Gold. I love this guy. You know, I don't even know that, but Joe Gold was amazing, man. He was such a great person, and he was one of my inspirations. Like, you know, I mean, I don't know. No, people was like, "Who's Joe Gold?" Really? Fuck you. How about Gold's Gym, motherfucker? No, it's Joe Gold. I mean, I met him, and he was such a great guy. You know, I always sat with him. I talked to him, and he was like, you know, he was a veteran. He was like in his wheelchair, and he was a fucking great guy, and he was a legend. And most people don't understand who he was. You know, I wish I would have met Arthur Jones. I never did. But Tom Platz, I love Tom Platz. He's a great person, you know. In the industry, like the people I met, it was probably Tom Platz, Joe, and Mike, and I would say Gary Stridham, you know, a great person. I love him to death.
Still looks good.
You know, he's an old guy now. He's amazing. Who doesn't look like this, you know? He looked better in his 50s when I was in my 30s. You know, we talk on fucking Facebook all the time, and he's in Thailand. I'm like, motherfucker. I hate him because he's amazing. You know what I mean? And like, those kind of people, Jean-Pierre Fuchs, you know, amazing. You know, what a great person. You know, those are the people I really envy and sort of adore. As far as bodybuilding legends go, you know, other than that, nobody. My girlfriend, she's the hardest working girl I've ever met in my life.
Right.
She has this work ethic. It's unbelievable. When I go like, fuck it, she goes like, no, we gotta be on time, motherfucker. Here she is. Where she is?
Yeah. She's a fitness instructor, right?
You want to meet her? It's right here. Hold on. Honey, he wants to meet you.
Hmm? Mark is apparently trying to convince Cindy to come on the camera and introduce herself. Cindy's a professional personal trainer, fitness competitor, and she has her own prep meal company, which this morning or this afternoon, Marcus had to do a run and make the delivery. We were supposed to do our interview at 4, but he had to do some delivery for the prep meal for Cindy's clients. So
She's coming up.
okay.
She's still naked, so that's extra.
I was just telling them how she has her own prep meal company.
Yeah, gofitmeals.com. Yeah.
Yeah, what is it again?
Gofitmeals.com.
Yeah, and you're her delivery boy, right? At 4 o'clock today.
Fuck you. Of course I am. No, I mean, you know, it's like, you know, when she does that, you know, she gets very busy, and
Right.
you know, I'm not. So, I run around and do her thing, you know.
Who he follows in the hip community these days?
Hey, so Marcus, who do you follow in the hit communities nowadays, these days, that you think's doing a good job out there, still represent heavy duty or hit?
There's nobody there I can see. I follow.
Not even Joshua, your boy?
Josh is a hit guy.
Oh.
He would be offended by that. He's not a hit guy. He hates to hit people.
That-
I know. Look, I mean, I look at Josh's stuff on Facebook,
Right.
and I think it's great. He's a hit, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
I love his shit, you know. And he's great. He does what he says, what he does, what he produces, and what he looks like. It's amazing, off the fucking line, off the fucking chain. That's it. And nobody else impresses me. Period. There's nobody out there.
You know what I was going to ask you is, what is your definition of hit, and what is your definition?
Oh, wait. You impress me, by the way.
Why, thank you, man.
You do. Despite your haircut, I like you.
I'll pay you $50 for that later. Okay?
Oh yeah, I'm saying like you impress me because you keep like you have your own shit going on, everything else. It's
Right.
you know, it's amazing. You know,
Right.
I want to say hi to Gary Hernandez. He's amazing. You know, he's got his go. Gary's amazing. And you know, what can I say? It's just. I don't say the hit community dying, whatever it is, but I haven't seen many people that do anything like this. You know, it's like I want to call it a hit community. It's like efficient exercise, whatever you would call it. You know, it's like so looking at people like Joshua, or whatever, and there's just a few people that they're into it. You know, like of course. Top McGuff.
Don't forget David Landau.
Oh, David, sorry. I love you. Kiss to me.
Oh. Hi, Cindy.
Hi.
She has no clothes on. Is it extra? I'm gonna get some more.
So, Cindy, come to
You're
the camera.
Kelly.
So, we're just telling people that you have your own company called, tell us, Cindi Lai.
Go
Fit
Fit Meals. I've been meal prepping for about 10 years,
Right.
and about 7 years here in Vegas. Delivery's free. It's prep fresh and it's vacuum sealed, so you can actually keep it in the fridge for about a week without it going bad or dry or it stays fresh in the commercial bags.
And this is just locally, right, in Las Vegas?
Locally, and then I sometimes travel to see my parents in Cali.
Yeah.
So I kind of ask around to see how many people, in the vicinity need meals, and I'll, bring them there and then deliver them.
Because that industry is actually slowly growing. I mean, it's growing. For a while there, my wife and I were having prep meals sent to us from another state. But, the first few weeks was good, and then for some reason the quality just started. You could start tasting the food. The quality wasn't as great, and we just stopped altogether. That's the only reason why I'm asking why. Are you ever going to take it like more national? I'm not. That's a big deal, but
I have shipped to actually a few of Marx's clients in the East Coast, like Philly or something.
right.
So it stays cold, and then you don't have to pack it up with a lot of ice or dry ice, and it stays frozen because by the time it reaches Chicago or East Coast, it's below 10 degrees. They're kind of frozen already
Right.
by the time I ship it out, so it stays frozen. So shipping is less around that time,
Right.
but like if I ship to Cali or say Arizona or Utah, the shipping I have to add dry ice. I have to pack it with ice, so it has to be more expensive.
Yeah. Now, how does the meal prep work for you, though? I mean, do they order a whole 7 days, or?
It varies. I mean, I usually give people the 15 meal price discount. So if you order up to 15 meals, whether it's chicken, beef, fish, or turkey,
Right.
as long as it's up to 15 meals, the prices are $6 for chicken, $7 for beef, and $8 for fish.
So that's like it's like 5 days of meal, right? 3, 6, right? 3, 6, 9,
Right.
15.
Depending on how many meals you eat. Some people eat 4 to 5 times a day.
Right.
Some people only have 1 meal a day. So it's up to them, you know, and then I have clients that will do their own breakfast, and I'll do like maybe their lunch or their dinner, but they're on like some type of low carb diet. So I'll label it lunch, dinner, and that way it's easy for them that they know like dinner won't have any carbs.
Now, for fitness competitors, like women, bikini competitor, you do that too. Do you have to talk to them and talk to them? Okay, what are you have to find out how many calories they're eating to get them down to the target weight. So come competition day, like let's say 6 months from now, person wants to get in, you know, has a show to do. Are you going to be there really watching the calorie, or how does that work?
If they have a set diet plan, say their coach, you know, wants them on a certain meal plan, say 325 calories per meal. So I'll do like the small portions, you know, your small amount of protein, small amount of carbs, of course, lots of veggies, and I'll do that per meal, which is like 300 calories or 325, depending on what type of protein.
Wow.
So if they just give me like just a random, I want 300 mils per calorie, and then I can break that down myself. If they say, you know, okay, well, come showtime, a week from showtime, obviously no salt. Everything's kind of restricted. And if they have a coach, they will give me, you know, what the coach wants, and I'll prep it as is. Otherwise, I've had competitors before, and I've done it for them. And I tell them, okay, well, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to eat, and I'll prep it for them.
Oh, nice. Right on, Cindi.
Yes. It's you know, it all varies. It depends on what their situation is, what they want, you know.
Now, are you still competing yourself? I mean, I think you competed a few times, right? You look great, by the way. When you...
Thank you. I competed the last time, 2011, right before I moved here.
Right.
And then I met him right away. So then I started spray tanning, and then doing meal prep and teaching cardio. So it was just way too busy. So now I just do meal prep and I spray tan.
So Marcus, as soon as he met you in 2011, he slapped on the handcuff, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he did. He wasn't going to let you get away.
I mean, it was like more like, since then I was trying to be a bodybuilder. At the same time, I'm always a guitarist. I play the guitar.
Right.
And you're a singer too.
And a singer.
You know what? I got to interview Cindi one day, and we should talk about you.
By herself.
By herself, so I can actually find out who Markus Reinhardt really is. I'm sure she has a lot to say. Hey, Cindi, do you do HIIT too? HIIT training, or?
I do. When I met him, 2011 is when I started doing HIIT training.
Right.
And that helps me. Huh?
Go ahead.
That helps me out a lot because, for one, you know, I don't have any time, and two, you know, I'm not competing. I'm not really doing, you know, a lot of cardio. So that HIIT training really, really helps me.
Yeah.
I've been doing it since 2011.
So your workouts are probably like what, 3 days a week? Once a week?
About 1 or 2 times a week.
Right.
What are you doing? Ow! 1 or 2 times a week, and sometimes when our season, when we have a lot of competitions, I'll go without like a month or 5 weeks without working out.
Wow.
Yeah.
And your workouts usually last how long with Marcus, or you do it yourself?
I do it myself.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
That's about right.
25, yeah. Depends on like if I can get into. I work out at Planet Fitness.
Right. Were you at all at first when Marcus told you, hey, you need to work out like this, and you were like, what are you talking about? Right? You were like, that doesn't make sense. No?
I'm really flexible,
Uh-huh.
and I like to see different,
Sorry.
what?
This guitar is signed by Roger Waters from Pink Floyd.
Right.
To me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Watch this. pretty good, huh?
I think you need to adjust the. You need to adjust it.
It's off. It's off.
It's like really awful.
All right, Cindi. Getting back to you, because this is the whole interview is actually about you now. Since Marcus decided to go off on a tangent and start pulling off all these things. Next thing I know, you're probably pulling out a shotgun. So, please don't. There it is. Open my mouth.
That's fake.
I got a robot.
He does this quite a lot. Like when my friends,
A robot.
when my friends come over, he'll entertain them.
Yeah,
He'll put his Elvis costume or
I have one.
I don't know.
Hey,
And
you know,
Top Gun outfits.
my wife and I are usually in Vegas. We used to go to Vegas like once or twice a year, and I've always wanted to train with Marcus, but I never got the chance. We just stay there for the weekend, you know. So I'd love to train with Marcus one day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you guys go? Like stay at?
Bellagio. Stay at the Bellagio.
Bellagio? That's nice.
Yeah.
No, it's not fancy, though.
And you're where in Cali?
Northern Los Gatos, San Jose area, San Jose, California, like San Francisco. 45 minutes from San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. My parents live in Bakersfield.
Oh, yeah, that's about south of us, right?
South,
California.
Right.
Yeah.
Right before you hit LA. So
Right.
like 2 hours before LA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is he peeing right now or drinking?
Oh, you hear it. Honey,
What?
stop. You're being recorded.
What? I speak.
All right, hey Cindi, I'd like to talk to you more about the meal prep thing. I'll schedule something online. We can talk more about that.
Awesome, yeah.
Sounds good.
Get Marcus.
That would be great.
Yeah, let's get Marcus back in the picture here. Nice meeting
Okay.
you, Cindi.
Nice to meet you.
Take care.
You too. Honey. Honey.
Tell people where you can find them.
Huh?
Honey.
Tell people where they can find them.
What's your back? What are you doing? What are you doing?
You might have to edit this part, huh?
Hey, Pat.
Hey, Marcus, there you are. There you are. All right, real quick, we'll end this. So, tell the audience how they can find you, what you're doing, your website, everything.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Like, so I was building a site called Extra7.fit, but the whole purpose was of doing that is make it look like a P90X without making a sense. But it would look really good, but I pulled it down again. So MrHighIntensity.com is my website. It's been that forever. And it's the way to go. My site is like, I have to update it and do some more stuff on it. I'm like, I really want to do a blog about me coming back from being a fat ass to becoming an actual respectable bodybuilder. Whether it's on stage or not. That's kind of like my whole goal in 18. Because 17 was, was a shit fest. So I'm trying to do that. So that's it.
So if you were to do that, how long do you think it would take? Because you already put it on Facebook.
No, longer than before. I did like a before and after. That was taking me about 14 or 18 weeks.
Right.
I was really out of shape, like now. But I was like 45. I'm 47 now. So every year, you can tell it's really getting better. I mean, getting worse.
Right.
So, like, you know how it is. When you get into your 40s, shit goes, falls apart, period.
Right.
Unless you have tons of growth hormone and steroids, which I don't. But, so that's it. So, I think it'll take me about 25 weeks, at least 20, 25 weeks.
So now, are you really going to do it? Because you already put it on Facebook, that resurrection.
I started talking about it.
Oh, okay,
I just don't know where to put it at. That's the only reason why I'm not doing it yet. I mean, I recorded some stuff on video already.
Yeah, you should put it on Facebook.
But I don't know
man.
where to put it at. Facebook?
Yeah, it has
my Mr. Intensity Facebook page?
Right.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Go on my website.
Yeah, this way I could probably share it, so people could see it too.
You're right. I mean, think about it. It's like, so who really has everybody has a website, but nobody really goes on websites anymore.
Right.
It's all about Facebook, Instagram, that's it.
Right.
So those two things. That's what has to be shared on.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. There's no blog pages up anymore. Even if there are, nobody's going to fucking watch them. I mean, every day you wake up, you brush your teeth, you go look or whatever, go on Facebook for a little bit and look at that, and you look at the latest, whatever it is. That's how we do, everything, which is, it's incredible, when you think about it. And then years ago, I was like, Facebook, what the fuck is that shit? I'm like, I don't want to be on that crap. MySpace. But it was that's what it was.
Right.
But it never survived. So it was more Facebook. What we're doing is like the fact that it's so much about interacting with each other and sort of like they kept it simple, but yet they made it look like you can still fucking do all this kind of shit. Like when Facebook Messenger came up, I hate it. Trust me, I hate it. But I have to have it because you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
You have to.
So now Skype, yeah, big deal. But Messenger, easier, But it is what it is. So I think that I will put in my Mr. Intensity Facebook Live page, athlete page.
Right.
And then just always share it up, and do some video updates, whatever it is. And I haven't trained yet. Tomorrow I'm going to go work out for sure. Trust me, I will.
Now you're still doing personal training, right? You still have clients?
Well, I have some clients right now, not many.
Right.
After my accident happened, I lost a lot of people, and now I gained some people back, and I'm gonna go back into it. I might even start a new job tomorrow for like a new personal training company. So, but the problem is, anytime you do this, like you had to be if you work for somebody else, you gotta apply to their fucking philosophy.
Right.
And I don't. I go against all that. And how did it fucking, what are you going to do? I mean, it's like working at a church where you don't believe in God.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
All right, Marcus. So tell them again your website and Facebook page so where they can
MrHighIntensity.com. And my Facebook page is going to be on Miss High Intensity. That's it. So Facebook, / Miss High Intensity 1.
All right, guys. So if you guys want service, you guys ever in Vegas want to train with Markus Reinhardt, and hit him up. Look at his website, set a date, and he'll be more than happy to train you in the right heavy-duty way.
Email me at mrintensity@yahoo.com.
All right. Later, Marcus. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, boss.
Good luck. Hey, I'm looking forward to you looking in shape again, man. 2018.
When it comes down to it, I will all surprise you and make you feel like little pussies. Fuck you.
Later.
Take it easy, man.
All right, dude.
Thanks, Marcus. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Marcus.
I will, me.